if you're planning to achieve financial freedom or are already somewhere along the path to getting there, it's useful to understand the stages in the journey. There are 6 stages in the path to financial freedom. The first stage is denial. The question you ask is, why do I need it? You are in denial that such a thing exists. You think you do not need it and you haven't even considered it. So you think that you have a good job, you can work till your 60s and you don't necessarily hate your job. So some of you will be clear from the very beginning that you need it and you may even skip this stage. But for some of you, it may take much longer and you may stay here for a long period of time. And some people will never get past this stage. So what do? It's worth thinking about what you would do if you weren't tied to a job and could freely explore different possibilities and experiment with your career. Now, once you've spent about maybe a few years in your job, or maybe earlier for some people, and you know that you can't do this for 30, 40 years, you get to stage 2. So stage 2 is confusion. The question is, I know I need it, but is it possible? So you know that you want the freedom to try things, but you've built up a lifestyle that started to be more expensive as you earn more, and you feel it's impossible to really achieve financial freedom. So this leads to a stage of confusion. You know you need it and want it, but you're confused on whether it's possible. As with stage 1, some people will be in this stage for too long or maybe forever. So what do? It's important to study what it takes, to look at the math on how it's possible. I've done a video on how savings rate alone can help you achieve financial freedom very quickly. You should check it out. The good thing about the stage of confusion is at least you've begun to think about it. And I think you start to take some steps in trying to understand how it's possible, which leads to stage 3, which is the stage of struggle. So in stage 3, the question you ask yourself is, I know it's possible, but is it worth it? So in this stage, you know that it definitely can be done, but it requires sacrifices. And you start questioning whether those sacrifices would really be worth it. Your lifestyle has gotten even more expensive. You start to understand plans you need and how you can get there, but you sort of still struggle with, making the right plans and sticking to them and really making those sacrifices that are required to be on the path. But you do start to take baby steps and you start to achieve the balance between savings and lifestyle, right? So although it's a stage of struggle, it's also a stage of possibilities and beginnings. And although some people will stay in this stage for a long time or forever, getting to this stage gives you a higher chance of going beyond and to the next stage. So what do you do if you're in this stage? The important thing is to push yourself to take action. Take baby steps. Remember that you have nothing to lose by trying it out. Before we get to stage 4, if you're enjoying this video, please take a moment to hit the bell icon and subscribe to my channel. So stage 4 is momentum. The question here is, can I sustain it? In this stage, you've gathered momentum and are well on your way, but you still face a bit of struggle in terms of, your lifestyle. Is it worth the sacrifices? You're potentially earning much more in this stage. You've got to a stage in your career where your income is increasing, and you're also seeing, your peers and other people actually having a different style than yours, right? So that struggle and pressure continues to exist in the stage. So you'll be tempted to go back to a different lifestyle and raise your spending. So this is a risk that will get you back to stage 3 if you're not careful. But the longer you stay in this stage, the easier and better it gets. So what do? The important thing is to resist the temptation and keep at it. Just visualize the future, how it will look when you actually achieve financial freedom. And that should keep you on your way. Now, when you're almost there, comes the most interesting stage, which is also potentially the biggest hurdle. Stage 5 is the stage of courage. The question in this stage is, should I take the leap? So you're nearly there to achieving your plans of financial freedom. Maybe you've already got there, but you don't have the courage to actually take the step and take your freedom. Because of this is the most intriguing stage of all for me. Very often in this stage, you've accumulated enough wealth and you've reached a stage in your career where you're growing pretty fast. Maybe you're getting to leadership positions, maybe in executive positions, you've done really well. And the question that you kind of begin to ask yourself is, although I've made sacrifices and I've got to financial freedom in terms of wealth, should I abandon my career that's going well? Now, if you're really enjoying your job, it's become your passion, maybe it's okay to continue. But Really, the hardest thing of all is to give up a career that has great momentum. Remember, it's the good things in your life that come in your way of achieving greater things. So, some of the concrete questions that come up here are, should I give up my career that's maybe 15 years old? I've put in so much work. Is the money that I've accumulated actually enough? I can accumulate more in 10 years. Maybe I should wait. The next promotion is 5 years away. Should I take it before I actually make the move? Needless to say, some people stay in this stage forever. It's the worst stage that you can be in and not move on, because you've put in so much hard work and sacrifices over the years and are actually hesitant to accept the reward. Now, what do? It's important to at least take a break, maybe a year or two, and experiment. You don't have anything to lose. You can always go back to a job if you want to, but it's important to give yourself a chance. If you successfully make it through all these stages, then you reach the sixth stage, which is freedom. Now you may think that this stage doesn't have any question, but that's not true. The question in this stage is, what should I do next? It's of course okay to do nothing for a while. I mean, you've taken so many years to get to the stage that you may want to take a break and do nothing. But it's not okay to just laze around forever. I recommend that you take this chance to experiment. Maybe you wanted to take up a career in your early teens or early 20s. Maybe you can go and try that out. Why not, right? You have the freedom to do it. The ability to experiment and do things without the financial pressure and burden is the greatest of all things. It can put you on the path to even greater things. So if you always wanted to do something, take up a different career, something that may even be weird, it's never too late. And now you have the financial freedom to do so. Hopefully, you're making progress in your journey towards financial freedom. What stage are you in? Tell us your story in the comments and hit the bell icon to subscribe to my channel and see more such videos. Thank you.